Have you got any idea what does it feel when one has reached Nirvana? The answer can be found in Bhagavad Gita and in drugs. But first, let us understand ourselves. Have you ever wondered why sometimes it is very hard to take decisions? Sometimes many people feel as though they have multiple selves or intelligences that sometimes conflict. This division is often explained by positing a soul, a higher, noble, spiritual self, which is tied down to a body, a lower, base, carnal self. The soul escapes the body only at death, but before then, spiritual practices, great sermons, and awe at nature can give the soul a taste of the freedom to come. There are many other ways of getting that taste of soul. People often refer viewing great art, hearing a symphony, or listening to an inspiring speaker gives religious experiences. And some things give more than a taste. Drugs. Drugs that create an altered mental state, and therefore many drugs, including alcohol and marijuana, play a role in religious rites in some cultures. But there is something special about the phenethylamines, the drug class that includes LSD and psilocybin. Drugs in this class, whether naturally occurring, as in psilocybin, mescaline, or yage, or synthesized by a chemist, LSD, ecstasy, DMT, when consumed, can induce massive alterations of perception and emotion, like contact with God, and that cause people to feel afterwards that they've been transformed. These experiences are known as awe feeling. Awe is the emotion of self-transcendence. The emotion of awe happens when two conditions are met. A person perceives something vast, and the vast thing cannot be processed by the person's existing mental structures. When people are stopped in their mental tracks while in the presence of something vast, they feel small, powerless, passive, and receptive. They often feel fear, admiration, elevation, or a sense of beauty as well. By stopping people and making them receptive, awe creates an opening for change. And this is why awe plays a role in most stories of religious conversion. This experience can be seen in Bhagavad Gita. The Gita is an episode within the much longer story of the Mahabharata, an epic work about a war between two branches of an Indian royal family. As the hero of the story, Arjuna is about to lead his troops into battle. He loses his nerve and refuses to fight. He does not want to lead his kinsman into slaughter against his kinsman. The Gita is the story of how Krishna, a form of the god Vishnu, persuades Arjuna that he must lead his troops into battle. In the middle of the battlefield, with troops arrayed on both sides, Krishna gives a detailed and abstract theological lecture on the topic of Dharma, the moral law of the universe. Arjuna's Dharma requires that he fight and win this war, but Arjuna is unmoved. Arjuna asks Krishna to show him this universe of which he speaks. Krishna grants Arjuna's request and gives him a cosmic eye that allows him to see God and the universe as they really are. Arjuna then has an experience that sounds to modern readers like an LSD trip. He sees suns, gods, and infinite time. He is led with amazement. His hair stands on end. He is disoriented and confused, unable to comprehend the wonders he is seeing. Arjuna is clearly in a state of awe when he says, "Things never before seen have I seen, and ecstatic is my joy. Yet fear and trembling perturb my mind." When the cosmic eye is removed and Arjuna comes down from his trip, he does just what the square did. He prostrates himself before the God who enlightened him, and he begs to serve. Krishna commands Arjuna to be loyal to him and to cut off all other attachments. Arjuna gladly obeys, and from then on, he honors Krishna's commands. Religious or awe-like experiences are real and common, and these experiences often make people feel whole and at peace. In the rapid type of conversion experience, such as those of Arjuna, the old self full of petty concerns, doubts, and grasping attachments, is washed away in an instant, usually an instant of profound awe. People feel reborn, and often remember the exact time and place of this rebirth, the moment they surrendered their will to a higher power and were granted direct experience of deeper truth. After such rebirth, fear and worry are greatly diminished, and the world seems clean, new, and bright. The self is changed in ways that any priest, rabbi, or psychotherapist would call miraculous. Peak experiences make people nobler, and religions were created as methods of promoting peak experiences and then maximizing their ennobling powers.